and welcome to another wonderful episode of the Reflection Show. Today we want to discuss a very wonderful topic that I believe that all of you have been thinking about, wondering, and looking for solutions to that issue. And a lot of people have been victims of fraud. Yes, especially with the biggest mobile telecommunications network, MTN fraud. People have lost their money, so much money, and we tend to blame the network. But there are ways and means we can avoid this by paying attention to the messages, to the information, and to all the details that MTN puts out there. A lot of us do not read. A lot of us do not research. A lot of us do not even know the official numbers that MTN have out there to make our complaints. So today I'm joined in the studio with Mr. Richmond. He is MTN staff here in the Northern region. Let's go for a short breather. When we come back, he's going to tell us everything we need to know about MTN mobile money fraud, how to avoid it, how to stay safe, and how and where to look for this kind of information and not be in trouble at all. My name is Martha Anabila. I'll be right back soon. Don't go away.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Mark is King for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of Kingdom Dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Welcome back from the breeder. I have been joined here in the studio by Mr. Richmond Mensah Dafa. He's the controller of mobile money implementation here in the Northern Savannah and the Northeast region. So, of course, we have the right person in the studio to give us the right information that we need to stay safe and, of course, not get all our monies getting missing. So, quickly, I'll welcome him into the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Martha.
A pleasure to always have you.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so we have blamed MTN so much. We have said that MTN is stealing our monies because a lot of people get called and say that, okay, this money has been sent into your account, etc., etc., and we get to know that it's fraud. Why is fraud or MTN mobile money fraud on the rise, and how can we manage that?
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I want to extend my greetings to all your listeners. And with the question you mentioned, mobile money fraud on the rise. Today we have cybercrime as something that is affecting the economy. These things are on the increase because a lot more people have come to understand and accept the electronic means of transactions.
Okay.
But let me also say that it is on the rise on our part, let me say on MTN, because MTN holds a lot of the subscriptions in terms of the mobile network.
Okay.
We have the chunk of the customers, and therefore, if these perpetrators want to target, it's obvious, they will definitely target the telecom industry, and they will look at the service provider with the highest customer base. That is why we see a lot of them being attacking the subscribers of MTN mobile money.
So how do I wanted to start from the steps. How do I notice that this is authentic from MTN and this is a fraud?
All right. First of all, let me say that for our Momo platform, it is very safe and very secured. Everybody who has hooked on onto MTN Mobile Money should first understand that we have invested heavily into our systems. The infrastructure that we have makes it very safe. What the fraudsters normally do is they play on your intelligence.
Okay.
They mostly call or send SMS. And per your question, there is only one number that we use. That is the 0244 300,000. If we are receiving a call directly from MTN, you would have to notice that it is 0244 300,000. Aside this number, every other number that people may call and then want to say that they are officially calling you from MTN, you need to be extra careful. You need to be extra careful. On the SMS bit too, you must receive a message from mobile money. Anything apart from mobile money, and here let me stress, you must be a little bit careful even with the spelling, because we have also seen that they try using technology in sending these false messages, and the spellings are not the same as mobile money. Some are mohel money, some a different thing. So these things are the red flags that we should know. It's either MTN or 0244 300,000, or the messages is coming from MTN Mobile Money.
Okay. So there is no way I can have money in my wallet and the money just vanishes.
No. There is no way. If you have money in your wallet and you don't touch it, let me say you don't transfer the money, you don't use it to buy airtime, you don't use it to do any form of debit transactions, it is safe on your wallet. And in fact, every transaction that must happen, you, the customer, would have to authorize with your password.
Okay.
So if you have money in the account, the money stays there, it doesn't go anywhere. And you even enjoy interest on it.
Unless maybe someone knows my PIN.
Yes, if somebody knows your PIN and the person gets access to your number, your phone, then in that case, that individual can perform a transaction. Because in all the transactions, the tail end, you have to authorize with your password. That is the personal identification number, the 4-digit password.
Okay.
So if somebody gets access to your phone and the person knows your PIN, then the person can perform transaction.
Okay. Let me move a bit to the MTN quick loan aspect. Is it a way that maybe if I owe a quick loan and maybe there's money in my mobile wallet, they can easily take that out? Is that also a way where I can lose money from my mobile wallet straight?
No, you can't lose money.
No, I mean, let's say, the quick loan, there is a date attached to it
Exactly.
to pay.
Exactly.
So if the date is up and I haven't paid, it means that it automatically takes the money from my wallet.
Exactly.
So I want our viewers to understand that that is the only way one can also lose money, not from MTN stealing our money. Am I correct?
You're correct. I didn't want you to use the word lose money.
Okay.
It's with a quick loan, you have about 30 days window when you borrow money. And upon that, you are given terms and conditions. So when the time is due for you to pay, automatic deductions are done.
Okay.
So you pay back the loan that you took from quick loan. Yeah, so you are not losing, but you have borrowed money and you are paying for it. Exactly. Let me also mention that there are other form of deductions that one can even decide to put on his phone. Today we are in a digital world. So there are people who would want to pay their clients or even pay for certain things. But because of time constraint, they automatically set their wallets for the standing order. So if there is a standing order, just like the quick loan, the moment the time is due and then you have money in the account, it will definitely be affected. Yes. But it is not you losing money. It is something that you have.
Pay for the services that you have.
Yes, you have actually done it yourself.
Mobile money sometimes have network issues. You dial your star 170 hash, you put in the pins and the things you need. And there are some writings that come up. It's not English. And it's like sometimes the money even gets deducted from your wallet, but you haven't got a message. And the vendor hasn't also seen an approval to be able to give you the money. So in that instance, how does the client or the consumer handle that?
Oh, all right. We are working with technology. Sometimes IT is not 100%.
Okay.
So in some cases, you may try a transaction and it fails.
Okay.
What I would say is, anytime you perform a transaction and it doesn't go through, all that you need to do is to check your balance. Just check the status of the account. In some instances, it might have gone through, but you got an error message. We always give notifications, that is SMS, to confirm the transaction that you have done. But as I mentioned, technology may delay.
Okay.
So in some instances, you finish the transaction and then the pop-up messages are not coming, the SMS are not coming. In that instance, what we advise that customers do is you check your balance to see whether the previous transaction balance is the same as you have. In that period, it's a short time frame. In that period, you'll be able to tell whether the transaction you performed has been successful or not. We always encourage you to make sure that you confirm before you go ahead. With the example you gave at the agent point of maybe doing the transaction, it's a two-way affair. You have to get a notification. The agent would also have to get a notification to confirm the transactions that you have done. And you must always wait for these notifications. If they are delaying, you just check your balance to see whether the previous transaction balance is the same as what you have now. If it is so, then it means your transaction didn't go through. But if it is different, then it means what you did was done successfully.
Okay. Now, I want us to move a bit to young people using the internet. I know it's not mostly about more money, but it's also about the safety on the internet. I believe that MTN has a lot of apps, a lot of business apps as well that people use. And there have been complaints about, like you mentioned, about internet not being 100%. But for education-wise, do we have accurate information, youth-friendly information, and safe information for young people on these MTN platforms?
Yes. I would say that with COVID-19, when COVID-19 happened, as a responsible entity, we decided to zero-rate a lot of educational platforms, over 100 educational platforms that the company have decided to make it free. And education is something that is very important, and it is a continuous process. With the young people using internet, I would always say that parents and then people who take care of these young ones would also have to take some responsibilities in terms of monitoring what platform their kids or their young ones are on. We have decided to zero-rate a lot of educational platforms. But if your child has access to the internet and you are not monitoring what the child is doing, once there is the opportunity for the child to go to any site, that can happen. Yes. So we advise that whilst they are learning, whilst they are using the internet, even the ones that we have made free, it's on us as parents or as adults to also regularly check what they are doing on the web, because the children are very curious.
Smart,
They are smart. But what we have done to make them safe is that all the educational platforms that we are hosting and we've collaborated with other entities to make free, they don't do, let me say, adverts on things that are for adults.
Okay.
It is strictly for children.
Alcohol is not being advertised?
Not at all. These are sites that when you go there, pop-ups like adult stuff, we don't encourage those things. Yes. But for monitoring purposes, we will advise and suggest to all parents that whilst their children are learning on the internet, they should also monitor to see the kind of sites these young ones are actually visiting and then learning from.
Okay, can you just take us through one or two sites that young people can really look for information from?
Yes. Today I may not be able to mention exact, but when you go to GES, we do this in partnership with Ghana Education Service, and we have published these things on the website. So there are a lot of as I mentioned, over 100 educational sites that one can find. Maybe later we can
you have to go
get
on the GES website.
yes, the platform,
okay.
and then you can get. But later we can get you the information for the various educational sites so that we can share with our cherished viewers and listeners.
Okay, so before we get to the next session, let's go for a break. When we are back, the discussion continues.
Yele. Praise the Lord. Whoa. Yeah. Are you ready? Okay.
Like a rainbow, so my life be colorful. If you don't know, a life with this man is beautiful. Sing to the glory of God.
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 It's He I know. Everywhere I go, it's He I see. Anything I do, it's He I go. Seeking first all things you shall get.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Marking Scheme for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of kingdom dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Welcome back from the break. It has all been MTN mobile money fraud. A lot of us do not really know how to go about it and stay safe, and also prevent people from stealing our small monies that we save in our wallet. I have been speaking with Mr. Richmond Mensah Jaffa, controller of mobile money implementation here in the Northern, Savannah, and Northeast regions. Of course, he's a big man, so he has all the information that we need. If you're watching us on Facebook, you can also leave your messages out there. If you have any questions to ask him, we would pick up your questions on Facebook. If you also want to send us a question on WhatsApp, it's on 054-9578-512, 054-9578-512. I want to acknowledge my sponsors, the Peck Beauty Salon for my beautiful hair, Viela Beauty Hub for my wonderful makeup, and Roots Gowns and Suits on the Water West Road for my beautiful outfits, and of course Hair and More by the Tamale Sports, Ali Muhammad Sports Stadium, the same building with people living with disabilities for my shoes as well. So of course you get their contacts if you want wonderful outfits, clothing, or a beautiful hair like me. A beautiful hair like mine, you get that also at an affordable price. And our wonderful set is proudly, wonderfully supported and sponsored by Event Happen GH. If you want to have a wedding, outdoor, corporate event, just call Event Happen. We'll be giving out their numbers very soon, and they'll do just wonderful decor and planning for your event. So I'll go back to Mr. Richmond and we continue the discussion. So back to fraud.
Sure.
You see, these people, I know that sometimes MTN call and they speak cheap. I've had a message from 0244 300,000, and at a point I thought it was fraud because the person just called and said that it was to educate me on Ayu. And I've heard about Ayu, but I haven't subscribed to it. The person just called and began speaking Tree, and I was like, how can MTN call and start speaking Tree? Then I don't know, why, because of the plenty questions, maybe because of the way I am. I kept asking the person a lot of questions. So I felt he was tense. Then I felt he was fraud, like maybe he was trying to. And I was like, why are you speaking Tree? Then he was like, there have been a complaint that when they call, it's just English. Or we are fair is Brofo, and people are complaining that he also speak the Ghanaian languages. So how do we differentiate the genuine callers from MTN and also the fraud callers? Because now people from MTN also speak Tree.
All right. So let me say that, one, look at the number that is calling you.
Okay.
That is very important. The number that is calling you. It's always important. And I mentioned it earlier that it is going to be 0244 300,000. If not, the second clue you should also do is listen to what the individual is saying. With us, when we call you, we actually ask which language you prefer. There are segments, because we know in Ghana we have a lot of languages.
Yeah.
Yes, so we know that you may be calling a customer who might not be able to speak English, or a customer who would prefer speaking Dagbani.
Yeah.
Yes, so we ask the customer what his preferred language or her preferred language is. Then we have the conversation. It is to let you have a good understanding to whatever we are discussing. Then the next thing you should also look out for is the kind of questions. MTN will never direct you to do anything on your phone. You will not receive a call from MTN, then the personnel asking you to go to your phone, do this, do that. Even we don't teach people online. In most of the fraud cases, you realize they will tell you, these ones normally happen at the agent point.
Okay.
They will tell them that first they just whet their appetites by saying they have been good to the company, you are loyal. They try to win your trust. And by so doing, they start asking you questions like, have you been defrauded before? When you were defrauded, how did you get support?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to teach you these kind of things. Then by so doing, at the point where they have convinced you and made you believe that they are calling from MTN, then they start telling you, sometimes they even ask you to give them another number for them to call you on, so that you can actually follow whatever steps that they are doing. All these things are the tricks of the fraudsters. In some ways too, they even tell you that you have won something from MTN.
I was coming to that. So just go. Yeah, because people just messages.
Yeah.
I believe that almost everybody watching me have seen one or two messages saying that play what, and at the end of the month you get. I believe sometimes it comes from MTN.
You see, if you are using a number and it is the service provider is MTN, whenever you receive these kind of unsolicited text messages, all that comes into your mind is that it is the service provider sending you these messages. Today, I sometimes hear a lot of comments that people receive a lot of SMS from NLA for them to do lotto and the other stuff, and they say it's coming from MTN. Every entity, even Matter Inspired, can decide to go to any of the telcos and then get a block for these kind of SMS. However, we structure which company or which entity we give them these services. And every service that has been given to an entity, it can be traced. It can be traced. So if you receive an SMS from, let's say, any block or any customized number, that message is not coming directly from MTN. It is coming from that particular organization.
So you mentioned that I can come to MTN and take a block of contacts. So it means that MTN can give my contact to anyone that comes.
No. What I mean is that, for instance, let me give the typical one that everybody knows. NLA.
Okay.
National Lottery Authority. Very good. they have a short code or they have an SMS based that they have, in fact, gotten from all their telcos. It's not only MTN.
So what's
Do you
the
get
process?
it? So, oh no, an entity can, for instance, Matter Inspire. You are an entity.
Yeah.
You can come to MTN and say that you want to have a customized number
Okay.
that you'll be using to send feedback, messages, and other form of information to your viewers, to your clients. Do you get it? And you pay for that service, and then we give it to you.
Okay.
How you feed your system with the contacts, that is not MTN's decision. MTN will not give you details of our clients that these are our customers, so go and send messages to them. No.
Okay.
In most cases, you, the person, or you, the entity, find your customers or your clients. So in the case of Matter Inspired, you have your followers.
Yeah.
Some of them are on Facebook, some of them are on WhatsApp. You have their numbers. So for instance, if you want to broadcast any information to them, you just put their numbers and then you send a bulk SMS to them. Do you get it? Very good. So that is how it works. How these entities get customer numbers, it's something that we all need to, everybody
Yeah,
need to look,
need to be
because
careful.
in some instances, you may even go to NLA website, or you may even go to Matter Inspire website, and in so doing by surfing, pop-ups come and you click. In some of these pop-ups, they request for your information, and you have to agree to it.
Yeah.
If you decline, they will not have your details.
Okay.
So most people go to the internet, whilst they are surfing, they are clicking on certain stuff,
Yeah.
and by so doing,
Putting in their emails, any content.
Exactly,
They don't even read.
exactly.
And a lot of Ghanaians don't read terms and conditions. And no, I agree, and I'm gone.
you see, but this is where I also come that the education we keep on, it's something that we need to continue.
Okay.
You must know, any website you go, whatever you are clicking on, you are giving a consent. You are consenting to the terms and conditions. So for instance, for another form of maybe, let's say example, you go to a porn site. You are maybe a pastor or something. Once you've been there,
Yeah.
they have your number.
Really?
So yes, once you've been there, they have your details. Because before the site sometimes open for you, they ask you certain questions.
Okay.
And because you want access, you agree. Because some sites, if you don't agree to the terms and conditions, you will not have access. So once you go there yourself, you do whatever, you leave. You realize that you'll be getting notification from them.
Okay.
It's just like you have subscribed to some of these YouTube channels. Anytime they load any new video, you get a notification.
Yeah.
You have to go and watch. So in most cases, people themselves have gone to these agencies,
yeah.
organizations, and they have actually consented to the terms and conditions. And they keep on sending them SMS. Maybe if it is Lotto, they tell you
That's not
there is
fine.
there is this draw coming today. You are likely to win 10,000, 100,000. You know, you get the notification. If you don't want to do it, you decline. But always, you can always unsubscribe. If you have difficulties in unsubscribing, you just go to the service provider and tell them they should take your number off these.
So I can call MTN and tell them
Exactly.
that my these people keep giving me messages and I don't want to be on it.
Exactly. The phone number is yours. If you are receiving, that is why we even have call blocks. Yes. So if you are receiving SMS from an entity and you don't like, you can unsubscribe.
Okay.
Most cases, they give you the unsubscribe message. You send stop to their short code or however they want
Yeah.
it. But if you are trying and it's not working for you, just call 100, MTN 100. It's a toll-free line.
Yeah.
If you are closer to any service center, just walk to the service center, give them the complaint, and your number will be taken off that service.
Okay, so even if I win something from MTN, I'm going to get a call from 0244 300,000.
Exactly. Winning anything, and you see, MTN, when you win, is either MTN comes to your doorstep and give you your price, or
Really?
MTN will tell you to what? Come to MTN office or any service center closer to you and pick your price. And let me say this, it's very funny, but people fall prey. You have won. They have called you. They have given you all the vibes
Yeah.
and say that you've won something. why should a winner be paying something? In instances where they get you, they will tell you, you must do this, you must pay this for your price.
Facilitate the price.
It's not done by
So
MTN.
I'll tell you that. Oh, take that money out of the price. money
Exactly.
and bring
If
it.
I have won, why should I just give me my price? Show me where I can pick up my price or bring it to me. I will not have to pay anything. In some years back, we realized, I don't know whether you are familiar with this, Sister New lending. That particular phrase, they call and assume that they are calling from
Okay,
abroad.
Yeah.
Yes, and they ask you questions. Oh, this is your sister who is in UK. Maybe if you have a sister in UK, you just
say yes.
oh, is that Sister Martha? Then the person will say yes.
Okay.
So in doing so, they tell you, oh, I have sent you a parcel. It came through this date, blah
even
blah
happens
blah.
on Facebook. I've had someone saying that they are sending me a lot of things and they are giving it to me, but I have to pay for the shipping amount. So if they have to send, I think
All these are red flags. All these are red flags, and everybody must be very careful. So MTN will not ask you to pay anything for the price. MTN will not ask you to send credit or send mobile money. The only thing is, where are you located? How can we come and give you your price? Or come to the nearest office. In fact, you would even tell us that which office you prefer. For instance, if you've won a phone and they are calling you from Accra, we are in Tamale. The MTN might not know exact location, so they would have to call you. When they call you, we can know that maybe you are in the northern region, but which part of northern region? So when we call you, we ask you, oh, you've won this, so we want to get to you. Then you will say, oh, I am in Jason Ayile, Tamale. So your service center at Tamale will be convenient for me.
Okay.
We will then send your parcel to MTN Tamale, and the Tamale office, after receiving it, will call you and tell you that your parcel has been sent to us from the service center in Tamale. Anytime you are available, please come for it. Or they would ask, where can we find you so that we can give you your price?
Okay. Let's move a bit to, I think a few years ago, we heard of MTN is selling shares, you are selling shares. How has it been? Are people withdrawing? Are people coming in more? At what point can I buy shares?
All right. So with the shares, I would have even loved that we find the people who bought the shares.
Okay.
They can tell you more how they are getting dividend.
Okay.
Because I know that there was an annual general meeting done
I don't know if there's one today. I saw something like that.
on the shares.
Yeah, something like a meeting
Okay.
on stakeholders.
Yes, I'm not sure of that. But with the MTN shares is doing very well on the stock exchange.
Wow.
Yes. Anybody who bought the shares will tell you that periodically they've been getting dividend for that.
So I can't buy it now.
You can buy. All that you need to do is to go to the stockbrokers. You can't come to MTN directly and come and buy shares. It's now on the stock exchange.
It won't come back to MTN?
No, it's in dealing with shares, you normally buy from the stock exchange. So you go to the stockbrokers, and DataBank is a stockbroker. So if you want to buy, I'm sure somebody might be selling his shares. So if you go to the stock exchange market and it's available, you can buy. If you a shareholder and you also want to sell your shares, you go to the stock exchange market and then you sell your shares. But the shares is not directly being purchased and sold at MTN service centers.
Okay.
Yes, it's on the stock exchange market. So that is where
It's yielding a lot of profit, right?
exactly. It's the company is doing well when it comes to let me say social corporate responsibility. We are very much aware of things that are happening during COVID. We've helped, supported the government, supported chieftaincy, that is our traditional council.
yeah.
We've supported a lot of government agencies, hospitals, schools, and the rest. And aside that, the company is also investing into its infrastructure. Today, we are running mobile money, its systems. If we want it to work well, then there must be more infrastructure investment. So you realize that not long ago, our general manager for MFS, Mobile Financial Services, announced that we are investing into technologies that will even help our security agencies to timely get fraudsters.
What makes MTN outstanding?
In fact, there are so many things that makes us outstanding. Just as I mentioned, our corporate social responsibility, it's something that being an MTNer, you can say that the company is always making sure that the environment they operate in is safe, sound. The people that make MTN what it is, we are giving back to them. We have a lot of programs that we do. We have the MTN Foundation. We also have what we call the Yellow Care. Going into the communities, doing 21 days of community service. We are building schools. We are building hospitals. And aside all these things, we make sure that we protect our customers. The Customer Protection Act is something that the company doesn't joke with. Everybody who has subscribed to MTN must understand that your details are very safe. We make sure that we don't allow things to happen which are not supposed to be happening on the network. Most importantly, we cooperate very well with government agencies, especially with the security agencies. As we are discussing fraud, we are one of the entities that today have given the cybercrime unit support in terms of building a lab for forensics. So when we talk of MTN being outstanding, there are a whole lot of things that we can mention.
I remember during the Youth Summit, Auntie Jonah said you always take the lead in everything. So mobile money, you bring it first, they will copy. Everything, you bring it first, they will copy.
Yes, you see, we are in a dynamic world. We are in a global world where things are changing. Let me say there are some advanced countries, or there are some economies that are far advanced than us. So we learn from these places, and then we make sure that every day, every time, we improve upon our services. Somebody may want to say that, oh, they are the leading telecom company in Ghana, and by so they are comfortable. We are never comfortable. We always make sure that the customer is comfortable. And if the customer is comfortable, then we can say that we are comfortable. So we continue to invest, we continue to put in infrastructure and systems that will make the MTN service the best for all.
All right. I believe that this episode has been so amazing, especially for those who always want to win something and always expecting to win something. These are measures we can all be careful and not fall victims and then complaining to MTN that our monies are gone. Let's go for a break. When we are back, we take the final words.
Books by Pastor A.L. Fant. They are inspired by the Holy Spirit, simple to comprehend, relevant in application, and so lovely to read. Grab copies like Dynamics of Kingdom Influence, Dynamics of Ministry, Marking Scheme for Church Workers, Money Matters, and she calls herself a woman. This marriage must work. No more curses. Loaded mouth. Secrets of Kingdom Dominion. The exploits of service. Things fall apart. Church without bleeding pulpit. Singles mingle, and many more.
Yele. Praise the Lord. Whoa. Yeah. Are you ready? Okay.
Like a rainbow, so my life made colorful. If you don't know, a life life with this man is beautiful. Sing to the glory of
Oh yeah, sing to
God.
the glory of God.
Sing to the glory of
Oh yeah, sing to the glory of God.
It's He I know. Everywhere I go, it's He I see. Anything I do, it's He I go. Seeking first all things you shall get.
Okay, welcome back. I'm really enjoying myself here. You know why? Because MTN has new and amazing packages for us as clients, as consumers, and even as stakeholders. How we can stay on there. So if you're using another network, go and port your number back to MTN because you are missing out on a lot. Before we go to what MTN, the new things MTN have, let's talk a bit on. I remember last year with the media stakeholders meeting, there was this issue on people breaking the cables and etc., which interrupts the network. Can you share a bit on that so we don't always have to keep insulting MTN and say, oh, Charlie, my network is bad. But let's understand that people among us are those who cause that.
Yes, on the network challenges that we face, mostly is with construction.
Okay.
A lot of construction are happening, and we most times have our fiber being interrupted or mishandled by the contractors. And anytime such happen, it actually pulls us back. And that is how come sometimes you may see that you don't have access to your line, or you want to make a call, or maybe you want to do a transaction and it's failing. In some cases too, we have some communities sometimes miscreants. People intentionally go to disconnect our cell sites.
Wow.
Yes. Sometimes we wonder why they do all these things. People go and steal fuel from our cell sites. People go and steal batteries that runs these cell sites. So these are the difficulties and challenges that we are having. But just as I said, we do invest. We make sure that the downtime is minimal. We have technicians all over that in case there is any fiber cut, in case there is any theft, or even we even had some fire outbreaks at some of our cell sites in the northern region here. And today as we speak, we've restored all of them.
Wow.
So these are the challenges that we are facing as an entity.
Okay. Away from challenges, I'm always eager to hear the good things MTN is bringing on.
Yes.
What's happening?
There are so many exciting things. Exciting things for you, the subscriber. Exciting things for our trade partners. If I mention trade partners, those that are doing mobile money, the cash in, cash out for our customers. That is the mobile agents. We recently launched the insurance package for them. We know the difficulties and challenges they sometimes face with armed robbery, with theft, and the rest. So together with Enterprise Insurance, we have a package for all our mobile money agents. And it is an automatic cover for you.
Okay.
The agent don't have to pay anything. MTN is paying the premium.
Wow.
Yes. So all agents should be rest assured that we have come up with something that is going to be good for them. And this insurance is for you, the owner, and then account handler. So if there is anything like theft, armed robbery, or unfortunate thing like maybe the owner pass away, this insurance take care of all these things. Then we also have a lot of excitement for the people on the network using mobile money. Let me go there.
That's what I
Yes.
want to hear.
Today, when you decide to use your Momo wallet to buy for goods and services, you pay for any service, you pay with mobile money, that is just Momo8, you get 80% discount.
Wait, is it the app? When I use the app or just the normal?
When you use the short code, that is the USSD channel *170#, and then you go to option 2, Momo Pay.
Okay.
And then whatever you are paying for, you use the Momo Pay wallet, you take the agent or the merchant's ID, 6 digits number, and then you pay through. you enjoy 80% discount on the service charge.
Wow.
Yes. So I would encourage everybody today that when you go and buy anything, just ask the business. Today we have a lot of shops that are accepting mobile money, and that is the Momo Pay. So you just use your mobile wallet and pay for your goods and services and enjoy the discounts on the service charges. Then when it comes to buying airtime and data, one of the easy means that one can enjoy this service is by topping up with your own phone.
Yes.
I always want to encourage people that the days where you would have to go and look for a scratch card, and let's help.
I remember the last time I used that.
Exactly. Let's help keep Ghana clean. Let's make sure that we don't go into these things. But electronically, when you buy data, when you buy airtime from your Momo wallet, you get bonus, 100% bonus is given to you. And today, our bonuses are fantastic. Buying airtime 5 cedis and getting additional 5 cedis.
Does your data bundle expire?
No, our data bundle doesn't expire. Today, all the data bundles that we have, it doesn't expire.
Okay.
And you see, we give you bonuses on top of that too. So I would encourage you, use your wallet, buy your own airtime, buy your own data, and get your bonuses and enjoy. The hassle of going and getting scratch, it's something that we should put in the past. Then there is something we call Aquaba Pack.
Okay.
If you are using MTN and you are not on mobile money, this is for you, the Aquaba Pack. Make sure that you get yourself registered. And when you register your newly MTN line on mobile money, we give you 2 Ghana cedis
Wow.
into your wallet.
Wow.
We encourage you to use these 2 Ghana cedis to buy airtime.
Wow.
It's something that we are giving to you as an Aquaba. You get it? So it's going to be exciting. And I'm telling you this because every year we decide to take a particular month, run some promotions, reward customers, and reward our agents. And we are in the month of December. Customers who participated in the mobile money promo during August time, a lot of them have won prizes like eCash, some 5,000, some 2,000, a lot. It has rained money on their wallets.
Wow.
For the agents, we are giving them awards also. So the business is going to organize an award across all the SBUs to make sure that these agents that we are partnering with, that are trade partners who are encouraging customers to drive, both the merchants, the agents. We have already rewarded the customers. So the agents and merchants should watch out. Some are winning cars, some are winning motorbikes, some are winning flat screen,
Houses.
plasma TV,
Not houses yet.
phones, e-cash,
Yeah.
so many exciting stuff. So everybody who is a patron to mobile money, just be,
Stay tuned.
yes, rest assured that you are there for us and we are there for you.
We day for
That
you.
is why we say we day for you.
Well, this is amazing. If you are not using MTN, please go and get an MTN SIM right away because there are so many amazing packages available. Let's take your final words. We've learned about how to be safe from more money fraud. So generally, 10 bits that we can take home.
Right. So let me go back into the education bit. Let us continue to educate ourselves because education is a continuous process. Today, you have the opportunity listening to this and you have gotten some of the tidbits. Share with your family and friends. But please, never ever approve of any transaction that you haven't initiated. You must always understand that MTN will not call you with any number apart from 0244 300,000. However, anybody calling you and asking you to do a transaction on your mobile money line, know that the person is a fraudster. You can report fraud to us by calling 100. If you call 100, you tell us exactly what happened. You can also decide to send us SMS by just sending the fraud number and the information to 1515. You can equally send us email, MTN fraud mobilemoneyfraud.mtn.com. You send us all this information. So I know that a lot of people also are very good on social media. You can go to MTN Ghana on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and share these informations to us, and we are glad to take care of it.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody may ask, are we able to trace fraud and get to the perpetrators? Yes, but we will need the victims to always make a report. If the victims don't make the report, we may not be able to get the fraudsters. So anybody who is a victim shouldn't close his eye. Make the report to the security agencies, and we will support the security agencies to catch these fraudsters and jail them. We have been successful in a lot of cases, and we want to continue to fight fraud. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for coming, and we have learned so much on this show, because anything about money, we really need to be safe. I have been speaking with Mr. Richmond Mensah Dafa. He's a controller of mobile money implementation here in the northern Savannah and northeast regions. Like I said earlier on, he's a big man, and he has the right information for us. I wouldn't go without, of course, a very big thank you to MTN Ghana for honoring our invitation. Of course, to my big mentor, Mrs. Georgina Sarafia-Gwenu, and to everybody at MTN, and to Charity, and to Sheila, and of course to everybody, and of course the office here in Tamale. Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. And I believe that you have learned so much. Of course, my hair is by Vipex Beauty Salon at Vitim Target here in Tamale. Makeup by Viela Beauty Hub, also here in Tamale. Outfit by Roots Gowns and Suits on the Waterways Road in Tamale. And my shoes by Hair and More in the same building with the people living with disabilities, just by the Tamale Sports Stadium. Our set is, of course, sponsored by Event Happen GH. Whatever event you have and you want someone to help you to plan it, or to support you with furniture or decor, just get in touch with Event Happens GH. I'll be back with thoughts from Martha Inspires. Don't go away. So today on Touch from Martha Inspires, I want to encourage every young person listening to me out there, don't be in a hurry for victory. So we just spoke about Momo fraud, and a lot of them, when you just hear a call or you get a call that, hey, you've won this, you are so happy. You just want to get the money, you want to pay money for them to facilitate it fast for you. But forgetting that, ask yourself, have you played any game? Have you been involved in any game that would warrant you winning anything? That applies to our journey in life. Don't be in a hurry to win. Take responsibility of whatever you want to achieve. Take responsibility of the things you want to see manifest in your life. Because if responsibility is not attached to it, it will be difficult for you to manifest. So if you are watching me today, if you are watching me now, and you are confused on how to go about being victorious or being successful, you need to understand that it has to first begin with you. You need to take responsibility. If you have to read. One of the reasons why people fall victim to MTN or money fraud is because we don't take our time. Most of us don't even read terms and conditions. Even on your PC, you are applying for something and you're like, terms and conditions, you're in a hurry, I agree, and you accept. You don't know the implications of what you are agreeing to. So I want to encourage every one of us who is watching me today, take your time for victory. Victory would come. If you are reading anything, you are reading any document, take your time and read word by word, sentence by sentence, so you don't make a mistake and be in trouble in the near future. I don't want to see you in trouble. I don't want to hear that you are in trouble, because we need to stay safe, to stay strong, and to stay healthy. Of course, we still pray that COVID goes away very soon. But in the meantime, let's stay safe and let's stop the spread of the virus. Thank you very much for watching. Vipex Beauty Salon for my wonderful hair, Viela Beauty Hub for my beautiful makeup, and Roots gowns and suits for my outfit. And Roots gowns for my outfit, and our support from Event Happen GH for our sets. Event Happen GH for our sets here as well. Thank you very much for watching the show. I'll be back at noon with an episode from the National Road Safety Authority. It's a season, we have to be careful, we need to stay safe, and we don't want anyone to die. We don't want to lose a friend. So stay tuned on Facebook at Martha Inspires Foundation and all our social media platforms, and of course on this channel for the episode on National Road Safety Authority. Please do stay tuned. My name is Martha Anabila.